Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is March 16th, 2024, and we are in the Old Testament book of Nehemiah. We're going to start today, chapter 1. All right, so who wrote Nehemiah? Well, we think it has something to do with Ezra, whether Ezra wrote it or the people under Ezra wrote it. I don't know, but there's some similarities. It seems to imply that Nehemiah wrote it. It's written in the first person here to begin with. It's possible that this is a collaborative effort, I guess, Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther. The events here in Nehemiah happen about 13 years or so after Ezra has come back to Jerusalem. So this would be the third group of people that are coming back from exile in Persia. Nehemiah was the cupbearer to the king of Persia, and his soul is troubled by what he perceives. He hears rumors that things are not going well in Jerusalem, and he wants to go and lead a group to rectify that. They're worshiping. The temple was built, but the walls are kind of crumbling, and things are not going well. How about that? We'll just leave it at that. The zeal in which they started has kind of waned. So Nehemiah is going to go back and jumpstart it. Now this section we're going to read, he prays to God. Awesome prayer. If you want a good example of a prayer, that's one I would highlight here in the Old Testament. He's praying for guidance. He's praying for all kinds of things. I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's just go ahead and we're going to read Nehemiah chapter 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. It came to pass in the month of Chesleu, in the 20th year I was in Shushan, the citadel, that Hananiah, one of my brethren, came with men from Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews who had escaped, who had survived the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said to me, the survivors who are left from the captivity in the province are there in great distress and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem is also broken down, and its gates are burned with fire. So it was, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned for many days. I was fasting and praying before the God of heaven. And I said, I pray, Lord God of heaven, O great and awesome God, you who keep your covenant and mercy with those who love you and observe your commandments, please let your ear be attentive and your and your eyes open, that you may hear the prayer of your servant, which I pray before you now day and night for the children of Israel, your servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against you. Both my father's house and I have sinned. We have acted very corruptly against you, and have not kept the commandments, the statutes, nor the ordinances which you commanded your servant Moses. Remember, I pray, the word that you commanded your servant Moses, saying, if you are unfaithful, I will scatter you among the nations. But if you return to me and keep my commandments and do them, though some of you are cast out to the farthest part of heaven, yet I will gather them from there and bring them to the place where I have chosen as a dwelling for my name. Now these are your servants and your people, whom you have redeemed by your great power and by your strong hand. O Lord, I pray, please let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant, and to the prayer of your servants who desire to fear your name. And let your servant prosper this day, I pray, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I was the king's cupbearer. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.